Welcome to guided lesson number 5 on writing task 2 for the essay of the IELTS. This lesson is for both the general and the academic modules. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to answer an IELTS writing task 2 essay question, which asks if you agree or disagree with a question. This type of question is an argument essay. There are possible question types which are part of an argument essay. The formula is the same for all types of questions. In this lesson, I will show you one way to approach this question type. My notes are not complete, but there is an example to show you what I mean. These are the possible types of questions that you might find, and then you will know that it is an argument essay. What is your opinion? Do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? And to what extent do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? Let's remind ourselves of what's really important to include in task 2 in order to get a good score. Again, if you already know this and don't need a reminder, then just go to the next slide. First of all, in task achievement, you need to write at least 250 words. Although you won't be penalised for writing less, it is a good idea to write that many so that your answer includes the information necessary and to show the examiner you can write a substantial piece of writing in the set time. Although you won't be penalised for writing too many words, we recommend you stay as close as possible to 250 words so that you don't lose the thread. For a good score in task achievement, you need to first and foremost make sure that you answer the task question and that you answer all parts of it. This is really, really important and probably the biggest mistake candidates make. Then you need to write the main ideas or topic sentence, which must be your own opinions. Your main ideas should be supported with relevant facts, opinions, and ideas from your experience or knowledge. It's not about quoting authors or stating statistics. For a good score in cohesion and coherence, it is important that your writing has clear paragraphs. This is essential to get a score over 5 in cohesion and coherence. With clear paragraphs, I mean that you really should leave a line between the paragraphs so it is clear to the reader and examiner that it is a paragraph. If you forget one and you're doing the paper-based test, then just put a star or a sign to make sure that it is clear that you do want to put a paragraph in there. Then you need to make sure you include a topic sentence in each paragraph. So your topic sentence is also known as your main idea. So make sure you have one main idea or topic sentence in each one of your paragraphs. Then make sure you use linking words and cohesive devices to further help structure your writing. And lastly, have a clear structure overall so that your essay is logically written and easy to read. Now let's have a look at lexical resource or vocabulary. First of all, the examiner is looking for a good range of topic-related vocabulary. That is, topic related to the task in the question. You shouldn't, however, learn long lists of vocabulary on each possible topic, but the wider your vocabulary is, the better your score will be. They're looking for a good range and accuracy of word form and spelling. You also need to use some collocations. And lastly, we're going to look at grammar. So again, they're looking for a good range of structures, grammatical structures. That means they want to see some longer sentences, including subordinate clauses. And you have to make sure that your writing is accurate as possible. And you should also be aware of punctuation. Let's just remind ourselves of the timing when writing the answer to part 2. So first of all, you need to make sure that you understand the question. That is 1 minute. Then you can take 5 minutes to plan your essay. You can take 10 minutes to write a clear introduction to your essay, and then about 18 minutes to write the main body. 5 minutes to write a conclusion, and the all-essential minute to check your writing at the end. This is a very rough guide, okay? So you can obviously choose your own timings. If you want to spend more time planning it or less time writing the introduction, that is up to you. You will find the materials on this slide and in the materials section of this lesson. In this lesson, I will show you one way to approach this question type. My notes are not complete, but they are there as an example to show you what I mean. This is the question for this guided lesson. Some people believe that international sporting events are the ideal opportunity to show the world the qualities of hosting nation and that it benefits a country both economically as well as socially. Do you agree or disagree with the statement? Give your opinions. First of all, we should read the task very carefully and make sure we understand what it is we have to do. I suggest to begin with, you underline the main parts of the question and decide what kind of question it is. In this case, we have two opposing views are presented and you ask which one you agree with and to what extent. So it is a two-part question, which is important to know for your answer. In your answer, you can either take one side or the other, and you can either partly agree or disagree. What's important is that you answer the question. So the question is an argument essay. It's asking you for the pros and cons of hosting international sporting events. It is a two-part question. You should have the advantages and disadvantages, and you should come up with some arguments whether you agree or disagree. Now you need to plan your answer. You'd normally take 5 minutes to do this, so don't forget how important planning is, as if you have a good plan, you'll be able to use it to structure your writing well and make sure you include all parts of the question just using your notes. First of all, you need to ask yourself if you agree or disagree and or to what extent. In this example, I have two arguments for and one against, but on the whole, I actually disagree. First of all, I ask myself, do you agree or disagree? My first argument, my first paragraph, I agree. Because there are a number of economic benefits to a country hosting an international event. And that is actually my main argument or my main idea. And then I look at why that is and my supporting argument. In this case, it will be the economic benefits such as the money tourists will bring into the country. The second paragraph agrees again, and it is the possibility for the country to expand its infrastructure rapidly, and that is my main idea, and therefore be forced to spend money to improve various things in the country. This is my supporting argument. And the last main argument is that I disagree. And the main argument is that it costs too much money, which could otherwise be spent on local communities and projects as my supporting argument. So all we've done here is to plan an outline for the essay. We've written notes on the main ideas and if we agree or disagree, the main ideas and the support. The more ideas you have here and the more concrete they are in your notes, the easier it will be to write your essay using this as a template. So when you start writing, you just cross out the items as you write them. Now I'm going to write an introduction to the essay. You can find different ways to start your essay on pages 17 and 18 in the workbook. And here we're going to go through the different ones. First of all, you could explain how you're going to organise your essay. In this essay, I will be presenting my opinions as to why I think the advantages of ... outweigh the disadvantages ... Pose a question. Is it beneficial to a country to host international events, or are the costs too high? You can also give a personal opinion or general statement about the topic, such as, most people agree that it is beneficial to a country to host ... Or, lastly, you can jump straight into the subject. I totally disagree that it is beneficial to a country, and in this essay I will give my reasons as to why I think that. Here's my introduction to the essay. Global athletic events such as the Olympics and the Football World Cup can offer fantastic opportunities and benefits for countries. However, they can also be extremely expensive and cause issues within a country's society. In this essay, I will discuss both these opinions. Of course, this is just one way to write an introduction. As with everything, there are other ways, and your way is absolutely valid as well. Now we're going to look at how to write the main body. All you have to do here, and all I've done here, is to use my plan as a template or foundation for writing the paragraphs. I start with a linking word. Such as firstly or on the one hand, and then I put my main idea from my plan into a sentence using the best vocabulary I can. I then support my main idea or my topic sentence with various reasons which are highlighted in purple. It's important to back up your main ideas with examples from your own life and experience so that your writing is not too generalised. I have done the same for each topic sentence from my plan, but here I've given you just one example. On the last slide, I will give you time to read the whole essay. For now, you can press pause and read this example of my first main paragraph. Blue is for the linking word and green is my main idea. In conclusion, right, so now we're going to have a look at the conclusion. The conclusion should summarise your opinions and or restate your major point or say that you have not reached a definite view. I'll give you again a few minutes to read the conclusion here, but don't forget this is just one way to write it. You can press pause on this video and go to the next slide when you're finished. You can find this information on how to write different conclusions on page 17 and 18 in your training booklet. Now you need to take a minute to check your writing. You need to check for spelling mistakes, legibility, so that can it be read? Is it easy to read? Is your handwriting clear? And clear paragraphing and punctuation. Again, if you forgot to put in a paragraph, make it clear so the examiner can see that you did mean to put one in there. Okay, so now I'm going to give you time to read the example on this next slide and on the material section of this lesson. Right, so you can read the sample answer here. Just press pause on this slide until you've finished and then you can go to the next slide. That is the end of guided lesson number 5 on task 2.